Hey Bob, what are you up to? Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Oh, absolutely. I just finished a kitchen tour with our guests, so.
Do you have a favorite lecture or tour that you give?
I do 10 different tours and lectures around, and it's hard to choose your favorite. You know, I'm constantly doing research on different tours, and right now I did architectural history of Grand Hotel the other day. We did the bluff houses, the evolution of Victorian architecture, and why we look the way we do here at Grand Hotel. So at that moment, that was my favorite.
Is there anything that you're currently researching?
Yep, I'm doing a weekend. My history weekend's coming up, and we're doing it on prohibition and gambling in Michigan and in the hotel. It's kind of the seedier side of Grand Hotel, if you will. There's nothing more fascinating than studying what brought on prohibition, how it affected Michigan, and then how we dealt with it here at Grand Hotel.
When is Grand Hotel History Weekend?
It's the weekend of October 14th, and it is my favorite weekend because we fill the hotel with crazy historians like me. It's a blast.
Sounds great. When did you start working at Grand Hotel?
Started 27 years ago. I'd been up here as a guest. I was trying to save an old hotel down in Florida, and I wanted to see how somebody that did it right did it. And I came up as a guest and went through a little change in life and said, you know, I've never done what I love for a living, and I love working at old hotels. So I came up. They didn't necessarily want a historian, so I carried luggage. I was the oldest, fattest bellman in the world. I was a convention manager, and I finally wore him down to concierge and then finally historian.
Wow. Was a bellman your first job at Grand Hotel?
Well, they didn't think I cut a real nice look or jib as a bellman, so I carried luggage down on the Starline dock, and then I would sneak into the hotel at night when they would show movies, and I snuck around the hotel, and I did a little 600 pages of research on the antiques and art of Grand Hotel, and then I presented that, started doing weekly lectures, and then it evolved into the 10 lectures I do today, twice a day.
Wow, that's great. What is the most common question people ask you?
Well, of course, where is the bathroom? Come on, we're in the hotel business, people. That's the most common question, but the most fun question is people that haven't been here before, and they walk into this hotel, and they expect it maybe to be Victorian or a museum of some kind, and they walk in and they see these colors, and they see all these different pieces of furniture. You know, we don't represent a single period of time, we represent many periods of time. We put it together in kind of an eclectic mix. So the bright, fun, splashy colors, Carlton Varney, Dorothy Draper work, that usually takes a little explaining.
Do you have a favorite place around Grand Hotel?
You know, it changes, but you know, we had the movie Somewhere in Time here, and people talk about time travel, and I love to see real time travel. And there's two places that I see it. The dining room that we just came from, when people come in the evening and they're dressed, and it's a 5-course dinner, and there's live music playing, and it wouldn't be quite right to see people transformed into the moment. That's what we're about here. We don't sell rooms and food. We sell, you know, kind of a summer experience, and that's part of the summer experience. The other place is the terrace room, is when you walk in there in the evening and you see couples dancing underneath a chandelier to a live orchestra, person with a tuxedo is bringing them a cocktail. You can't tell me they're not time traveling to a time where that's kind of what you did and how valuable that experience is. By the same token, we got a little dance floor for the kids. At the same time, you'll see some adults, you'll see a 7, 8, 9-year-old just doing their thing. And it's never lost on me all these years that those people on the big dance floor supported this hotel all these years. Those kids in the little dance floor, that's the future of this hotel. Those kids have to see that what we offer here still has value in the world today. You grow up, you do well for yourself. This is an incredible treat to have an experience like this.
Wow. Our last question, if there's one fact you could leave us with, what would that be?
Well, there's so many. I mean, that's what I do for a living, is a lot of useless information and facts, but just the simple fact that this hotel, this institution, has lasted 135 years, 136 seasons, and we've never closed our doors through wars, through depressions. We've just survived our second pandemic. We've always opened our doors to the traveling public, and we have 4th-generation guests coming here because of it.
Wow, thanks, Bob.
Thank you so much.